Well, 4 police officers charged over George Floyd's death have appeared in court this morning, more than a month after his killing in Minneapolis.
Yeah, Derek Chauvin, who is charged with second-degree murder, remains in custody with his bail set at $1.25 million US. George's uncle, Selwyn Jones, expressed his anger outside of court.
I'm mad at the system. The system should have had better order in place, because how do you kill? How do you control a situation any more than they had it controlled?
Yeah, it's a question that many people are still asking. And Floyd family lawyer Ben Crump joins us now live from Minneapolis. Ben, thank you so much for your time. So we've just heard there that a trial date has been set for March 8 next year. With 4 defendants, how will it work?
Oh, we've lost the audio there for a second. We're going to try and...
No, hold on.
We've got you. Could you start again? Sorry, Ben. How are you? Thank you for that.
I'm well, Dave. Thank you. Well, the Attorney General, Keith Ellison, who's in charge of prosecuting this case, is hopeful that they can have one trial with all 4 officers to be able to fully give all the facts and the details of what we saw in this horrific killing, where this police officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, not giving him any humanity, any respect, or any consideration. And we believe that all of these officers should be held accountable to the full extent of the law for this unjustified, unnecessary, and senseless killing of yet another Black American.
That's one of the questions I want to ask you, Ben, because you've got the case of Derek Chauvin, but then you also have 2 of these other officers, junior officers, who've been charged. They were less than a week into the job. We know that there's body cam, which allegedly picked one up saying, you can't do this. Chauvin was their training officer. Do you feel sorry for them at all? Or do you think that it should lessen their culpability?
Well, certainly that would be up to the jury. George Floyd's family is just outraged that these are police officers. They are trained. They are supposed to be the first responders who preserve life and make sure life isn't taken away or stolen. They're supposed to be able to de-escalate a situation. You had lay people, regular people on the street alley who literally were saying, you're killing him. You all need to take your knee off his neck. Well, if the citizens was doing that, why wasn't the police officers who were trained able to take their fellow officer and say, we need to stop this? And so you have an obligation when you put on that badge and that uniform.
Yeah, it's a great point. Now, the defence team is arguing to have cameras in the court, but the prosecution and the judge today disagreed. I mean, this is a case that has really, turned America to look at this problem with institutionalised racism within the force. Why do you think they don't want cameras in the courtroom?
Well, I'm not certain why they would not want cameras. We believe in transparency. We believe that it's very important, especially for minority communities in America, to see that when police use brutality and excessive force, that there's transparency plus accountability, and that's how we get to trust. If we cannot have transparency and these officers are not held accountable, then that will greaten the bridge of distrust between communities of color and law enforcement.
Right, well, Ben, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And as we said, March next year is when the trial date is set. Our thoughts are with George Floyd's family. Thank you so much for your time.